Hello partygoers. Bring a snack, bring a drink. Today we'll be starting the first episode of the 100% completion guide to Hrot and the history of Czechoslovakia as well as the former Eastern Bloc. If we turn to the right, we see a plaque which reads, "The duty and honor of every citizen is to defend the homeland and its socialist establishment." We then climb up the ladder to a platform and turn a valve. Slaying the first enemy, we enter into a room to collect a shotgun. Shoot the electrical panel to open the metal door to progress. Here we encounter our first level secret. We need an explosive to open a crack in the wall. I prefer shooting this barrel instead of wasting a grenade. Dispatch the two rats and you'll obtain the submachine gun. Before entering the room to the right, we see a sign that reads "Contaminating Clothing Storage." This is a nod to an incident during the Chernobyl disaster. On the night of the explosion, firefighters from the number 6 Fire Brigade in Pripyat were sent out to put out the fires from Reactor 4. They're exposed to around 5,600 millisieverts during the first few minutes. To put that into perspective, an average person is exposed to around 2.6 millisieverts per year, which is considered normal by most medical sources. The clip shown is from the show HBO Chernobyl. We see the doctors and nurses come to the realization that the firefighters' clothes were still contaminated and decide to throw the gear into the basement. To this day, visitors with dosimeters have recorded readings well over 1,000 millisieverts per hour in that basement. The second level secret is found by interacting with the wall panel to the left of the Matryoshka doll. We attain the wife beater, giving us 50 points of armor. We then make our way up the stairs into some sort of military barracks. There are bunks, showers, lockers. Along the way, we dispatch more enemies. As we enter into a row of lockers, we see what looks like a Tesla Quintet 2827B-7 radio set. Although this could be any radio set, the time period it was produced matches the in-game lore. These were produced by Czechoslovakia's state-owned company, Tesla, located in Prague between 1976 and 1980. The Steam store description tells us this game occurs in alternate 1986 Czechoslovakia where unknown disaster has occurred. Furthermore, both the real-life image and in-game model shows a boxy plastic cabinet with a plexiglass dial. The radio set can support long wave, medium wave, short wave, and FM bands. Often, this radio set broadcasted media such as state news, music, and of course, propaganda, but just as often, it can pick up Western stations too. As we head into a staff office, we can see a portrait. It resembles a lot like Gustav Husak, who was both the first secretary of the Communist Party and president of Czechoslovakia. He joined the Communist Party in 1933 and later became the leader of the Slovak National Uprising during the Second World War, after which he rose through the ranks quickly, serving as chairman of Slovakia's governing body from 1946 to 1950. During this post-war period, he was purged from the party and imprisoned from 1954 to 1960. Such show trials were common during the Stalinist purges before and after the Second World War. He was later considered rehabilitated and welcomed back to the party in 1963. He would later replace Alexander Dubček's government after the Prague Spring movement, favoring alignment with the Warsaw Pact and stability over liberalization. And yes, you can kiss the portrait. This is in reference to a picture taken during 1973 of the meeting between Gustav Husak and Leonid Brezhnev. This ritual, called the Socialist Fraternal Kiss, was a greeting among socialist leaders involving a hug and a kiss on the cheek, or in rare cases, on the lips, to express deep political camaraderie. The picture between Gustav Husak and Leonid Brezhnev shows the normalization of Czech-Soviet relations after the 1968 Prague Spring movement and the subsequent invasion by the Warsaw Pact. Leaving the barracks, we enter into a metro station. This is the real-life metro station in Prague called Hague, or formerly Cosmonaut 2 Station when it opened in 1980. The station was named in honor of Vladimir Remek, the first non-American, non-Soviet astronaut who flew on the Soyuz 28 mission in 1978 with Soviet cosmonaut Alexei Gruberev. In 1990, after the Velvet Revolution, the station changed its name to Hague, meaning groves in Czech, in an effort to remove overtly socialist or Soviet references from public spaces. Although much has changed since then, you can still see the mosaics which represented the architecture of that era. Since its opening, it has served as the terminus of Line C between Ligiani and Hague within the Prague Metro. As depicted in-game and in real life, it is an underground station with an island platform with 2 tracks running along each side. The third level secret is found by jumping over the tracks and clicking the interact key on the mosaic patterns on the wall. We get 1 gold coin. The 4th level secret is found in the woman's bathroom wall. Blow up the crack behind the toilet and you'll be rewarded with some shotgun ammo. In the courtyard, we see what looks like a statue of two cosmonauts. Once again, this is in reference to Alexander Remik and Alexei Gubarev on the Soyuz 28 mission. The sculptor who created this work was Jan Bartusz. Many of his works can be called socialist realism, a state-mandated art movement which depicted reality in accordance with Marxist-Leninist ideology. These statues exemplify the goals of socialism and the heroes who strive towards those goals. In this case, it shows brave cosmonauts who help expand the scientific prowess of the state through space exploration. As in real life, you can see these statues when you get off the western exit from Hague Metro and head towards bus stop 212, 213, and 260. In order to access the 5th level secret, we must shoot the electrical panel on the right side of the apartment building. Head inside the underpass to collect some submachine gun ammo and a health pack. The last level secret is found by interacting with the mismatching wall panel to the right in the ventilation shaft to the exit room. We get a can of tasty meat. In order to leave the level, we must break a case with a red button. This is in reference to the AZ5 button, which was the emergency shutdown at Chernobyl's Reactor 4. I was meant to stop the nuclear reaction instantly by causing all reactor control rods to be inserted fully into the reactor as quickly as possible. This is similar to the scram button used in Western reactors. The most commonly cited flaw with the RKBM reactor was the control rods were tipped with graphite. The graphite tips would displace the neutron-absorbing coolant as it lowered, which briefly increased the reactivity instead of reducing it. Furthermore, the engineers on the night of the incident reduced the power level to dangerously low level, causing too many rods to be inserted into the reactor. This caused a power surge where the reactor produced a steam explosion and the rupturing of the nuclear core. Please like, subscribe, and share the video to help support the channel. It takes a lot of research, editing, and script writing to make one of these guide/history lessons. Any support helps. And thanks for watching.